Man, we got to talk about this, y'all.
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. And also go over to my secondary channel. It is called The Pascal Show Clips. Please go crush that subscribe button over there. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Anyway, we got to jump into this sad story. Now, this involves, I'm not kidding, a 17-year-old boy, unarmed, was shot and killed by the police at a routine traffic stop. Now, this boy, this young man, 17 years old, like I said, was shot because he was holding a neon blue container of antifreeze because he was trying to stop his car from rolling back, his truck from rolling back and hitting the squad car. Okay, so just a quick thing. Apparently, he was having some issues with his car so that whenever his car was in park, his truck had a tendency of rolling backwards. And so instead of, letting the truck roll all the way back and hit the squad car, he got out, pulled out this container to try to put it underneath behind the wheel so it would stop rolling. The sergeant, the Lonoke County sergeant, ended up pulling out his gun with no warnings and shot this poor kid in the neck, killing him. Now, the funny thing is that you might wonder a lot of things about this young boy. And one of the things you might go is, what race was he? Well, this young man was white. Hunter Brittain is his name. He's 17 years old. He was gunned down by the police during a traffic stop early in the morning on Wednesday. Now, there have been protests and all that, and I'm going to show you some footage of the protesting that is going on behalf of justice for Hunter. But let's get into this story really quick. According to the members of the Brittain family, he was working on his truck at around 3 a.m. local time, trying to repair it so that he can make it to his job at the Hundley Construction by 6 a.m. So this kid was a hardworking kid. Real talk, okay? Scott Hundley, owner of Hundley Construction, said Brittain had worked for him on and off for the past few years. Brittain was dealing with the vehicle problems, but kept in frequent contact with Hundley regarding the issue. I guess the car would start and stop. You know what I'm saying? It's his baby. He wants to make sure he's maybe trying to fix it, and it's a clunker. You know what I mean? It just keeps falling apart, y'all. So Hundley said he spoke with Hunter at about 7 p.m. that night before his death. I was checking on him on his truck, Hundley said. He was sending me pictures of the truck at the shop. He says he'd been working on his truck, but he's trying to make it. He was trying to get to the job at 6 a.m. After the repairs had been made, the two boys, which is Jordan King, who is 16 years old, a good friend of his, and an eyewitness to this incident, and of course, Hunter, got into the car, and the two boys drove out of the auto shop, whereupon Sergeant Michael Davis, pulled them over on Arkansas 89. King said Brittain's truck would not go into park, prompting Brittain to exit the vehicle and reach for a blue oil jug in the truck bed to put behind the vehicle so it would prevent the truck from rolling back and hitting Davis's squad car. According to King, Davis, without issuing any commands, immediately drew his weapon and fatally shot Brittain in the neck. Of course, that's not in the article, but that's true. He was shot in the neck. They didn't say one word that I know of, King said. I didn't hear it, and it happened so fast. So, King explained that a second police officer arrived at the scene and detained him. The officer told me to get out with my hands up and pull my shirt up and stuff, and then forced me to the ground and put me in handcuffs and was dragging me around and stuff. I sat in the back of a cop car for about 3 hours. King was later interviewed by the Arkansas State Police regarding what had occurred. He mentioned his confusion as to why the deputy would shoot Brittain when he brandished no weapon and did not appear threatening. He said that when he saw the lifeless body of his friend lying face down on the ground, it did not appear real to him. So, of course, right now, they are saying that they have detained the body cam. They are trying, of course, they are now, this particular officer, Officer Sergeant Davis, is literally right now on paid leave. He is, of course, suspended, or he's on like basically a paid vacation right now. The body cam footage, or the body cam that was on Davis, they say they do not know if this body cam was on at all, recording any of this incident. So we don't know exactly what happened. But the funny thing is that Hunter Brittain did not have not one item of weaponry on his person. He went to the back of the car, back of the truck, to get a fluorescent, basically a neon blue antifreeze container to stop his car, his truck, from rolling back and hitting the squad car. So, of course, he was doing everything he could to stop that from happening. Now, what's very interesting right now is that there are protests going on. People are very upset, rightfully so. People are very, very upset about this situation, and I don't blame them. I just find it very interesting that possibly the same people that are sitting here protesting on behalf of justice for Hunter are probably the same people that roll their eyes every single time they see a hashtag of an Andrew Brown Jr. or anything of that sort. But, of course, I want you guys to see some of this protest footage. Here we go. Now, I say this because, here it is. I know I'm not trying to sit here and say that every single white person that's in that room or in that group was not marching along with other people during other, unjustified deaths that have gone on throughout the country and all that. But I just find it interesting when the pendulum swings right back, when it swings all the way back into people's faces, making them realize that, yes, there needs to be some sort of reform within the police department. When this happens now that this has happened to a young white male, you start to see people start to wake up. People start to open their eyes and realize, man, maybe there really is a need for some reform. This kid who allegedly was unarmed, had no weapons on him, was taking his car for a test drive so that he can go to work 3 hours later, was doing nothing wrong. He was shot in the neck for no reason because that cop suddenly felt trigger happy and wanted to start blasting. But when it's a black kid, everyone wants to pull up his records, say that he has a history of violence. They want to say everything under the sun except that they want to say everything under the sun and say that he's not a child of God. But we look at this situation and we see right here, face value, that this situation is an ongoing problem throughout the entire country. And we all need to look at our own police departments and see what we can do as far as police reform goes. We have to reform. We have to find different ways. We need to have our police departments and all of our police officers be held accountable for moments like this, for sad, terrible moments like this. And what's so sad and what's so frustrating about this situation is that we have to have another young kid, doesn't matter the race, real talk, doesn't. Another young kid that was unarmed, dead for other people on the other side of the fence, maybe, to finally start to wake up and prick up their ears. Anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on this situation? You know, and I understand, you know, some people, it takes a moment like this in their neck of the woods, you know, for them to fully understand what black people and what people of color, people who have been ostracized and deal with police brutality, unjust moments like this. I get it that we see it a lot. But when it happens in their neck of the woods, I hope that they turn around, look at the situation, and see what they can do about changing the way the police run their cities, period. Anyway, comment down below. Let me know what you think. And also, the other thing is, real quick, they have no sides of the story. They are trying to find truth, and they want to be quote unquote transparent, but they still have not even released any body cam footage, if there is any body cam footage. This is very suspect to me. Once again, doesn't even matter if this kid was doing anything wrong or not, if this kid was black or white, they are still not showing the full truth and the full scope of what's going on. So how transparent is that particular police department? Like I said, reform. In my opinion, of reform is needed. Anyway, like I said, hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and definitely, comment down below. Let me know what you think, and definitely check out some of my other videos. You know me, I'm working hard out here in these streets for all y'all asses. Anyway, it's time to get going. And of course, real quick, my thoughts and prayers go out to Hunter Brittain and his entire family, because no matter what, losing a child is just heartbreaking. It's the worst thing that could ever happen to a family. He seems like, from my understanding, from the stories that are being told, he seemed like a pretty good kid and a hard worker. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves, be good to one another, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.